blame upon you for entering houses not inhabited, in which there is convenience for you. And Allah knows what you reveal and what you conceal.
قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم ذلك أزكى لهم إن الله خبير بما يصنعون.
Tell the believing men to reduce some of their vision and guard their private parts.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الذي علم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praise is due to Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and beseech the mercy of Allah upon the noble Prophet Muhammad, his companion, and the generality of Muslim Ummah to the day of resurrection. I welcome you to another brief episode of Understanding Islam that is coming your way from Mitv. Allah Sa Ikeja. My name is Abdul Wahid Tela. On our program today, we shall be discussing knowledge. Knowledge. We shall be discussing knowledge because the Holy Quran, the Holy Quran, Almighty Allah is telling us that وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. We taught Adam nature of all things. We give knowledge to Prophet Adam. And Prophet Sallallahu that happens to be our mentor, our leader, our role model, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as rightly mentioned in various traditions. Some of his traditions, that's seeking for knowledge is incumbent, is compulsory, is mandatory on all Muslims, both male and female. Some other places he also mentioned that seek for knowledge from the cradle to the grave. He even mentioned in another place that be seen. Seek for knowledge. Even in China, you can see Arabian Peninsula to China is a very far place. Even up to today, when we talk of China from Nigeria here, for somebody to just travel from Nigeria to China because they want to seek for knowledge, Professor Asala has mentioned that it's very, very important. That is why we want to talk about the efficacy of knowledge. And I want to also to discuss. It's going to be interactive. What are those impediments that is giving our education a setback today? Because as a Muslim, Allah has commanded us to seek for knowledge. Prophet Sallallahu that we follow has also told us in his tradition that we should seek for knowledge. He even mentioned that those things that are important to give to our children. The first thing, to give him or her a beautiful name, a name that has meaning. The name among the names and the attributes of Almighty Allah, Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, or among the names of the prophets, Adam, Zakaria, Isa, Nohu, Musa, Isa, and so on and so forth. Or we look for a believer, a Muslim, that particular age. But what I'm talking about here now is that when you look around, when you look at our country now, the level of education that we acquire now is because there is a setback in the zeal to acquire knowledge. The zeal to acquire knowledge now is deteriorating. In those days, when you finish during our father's era, after the standard 6, they will be employed after standard 6. And the era now went on. It becomes when you finish your high school, that is your secondary school. Before that high school, it was more than 3. And after that more than 3, they have the secondary school. It was just 5 years there, from 1, from 2 to from 5. Those of you that you passed through secondary school in the 70s and the 80s, it was from 5 that we finished. But now that we have SS3, we have GSS3, we have SS3, 6 years in secondary school. And the tertiary institution now, maybe the course you want to study is just 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years. There are a lot of things that are hindering the development. I mean, the zeal for our children, for particularly we Muslims, to seek for knowledge now. What are those factors? Those are things we want to discuss. In the first place, we should look at the parents. Do the parents really want their children to be educated nowadays? We understand the fact that the art of learning, the first verse that was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ in the Quran It was about knowledge. Ikra, bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord that creates. That is, I mean, the first 5 verses that was revealed to the prophet is about knowledge. Now, the Muslims, the companions, they were seeking for knowledge, and they were passing the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ to the coming generation. They were telling them about how they are reading, but what the parents are doing, maybe during the exam, what they are contributing. They want their children to pass at all costs. At all costs. Whether they're going to buy a question for them, whether they're going to do one or two or the other, they want their children to pass at all costs. What they need to do in the beginning to encourage them, read your book very well, do your assignments, and the rest of that. But they fail to do a lot of things nowadays. What are those things that cause that? Maybe the parents don't have time for their children anymore. Okay, let me also talk about another one. In the school, in those days, teachers, they were dedicated to teaching. When we were in primary school, our teachers, they were not doing any other thing save that teaching. They come in the morning.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم.
Whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth is exalting Allah, the sovereign, the pure, the exalted in might, the wise.
هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة.
From this, who is losing? The students, the tertiary institution is students. They are losing because a lot of students are supposed to have finished their project. They're supposed to have gone for service. They cannot go. Some that are supposed to be promoted from second year to third year, they just remain where they are. And their counterparts in the private university, they are moving forward. What we need to look at, the education system we have in Nigeria, is it comparable to what they're having in the advanced country? Is it not the notes that the teacher have copied from over 25 years is still given to 22 students today? Those are the factors. Because kádẹ̀lẹ̀ mọ́ ọkọ afẹ́ báyàn sọ̀rọ̀ kámọ́ntà fẹ́ wí. Ǹjẹ́ ńgbà tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀kọ́ wa táwọn òyìnbó kọ́ wa ní ìwé tí wọ́n gbé ìwé lé wa lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ mi tún nìyẹn pé wọ́n kọ́ wa pé ókè o ẹ máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́gbọ̀n ọjọ́ kẹ́ ẹ máa gbowó lóṣù kan. Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n kọ́ wa ní pé ikó kan ká ìwé yìí kó mọ̀ ni o ìwọ ló gbọ́dọ̀ mọrú ẹ̀bùn tọ́lọ́run fún ẹ kó fi máa ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa fi jẹun tó máa fi jẹ èèyàn láyé. Ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ mi nìyẹn a máa gbé àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ wa tí wọ́n á sọ ilé fún wa. Níta fẹ́ ká wò lénìí òun náà ni pé ọ̀rọ̀ mi kan sọ fún mi níjọ́ kan pé àwọn ò rọ́mọ. Hello ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹni tó bá ti wọlé if it's possible for you to make your call please let's do it fast because we have a lot of people that are trying to give us their call. Tó bá tẹ́ bá ti wọlé ẹ tètè sọ nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ ní kíákíá ká lè fún ẹlòmíì láyè. Lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tó ń kọ́ṣẹ́ gan wọn ò rọ́mọ ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ o. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń lọ sílé ìwé kí ni ó ń wà lẹ́mìí àwọn ọmọ tó ń kàwé nísìn. Hello. Number to call is 0802-333-5285. Orí nọ́mbà tí ẹ máa pè wá sí nìyẹn ẹ kọ́ wa báwo ló ṣe ń ṣe ṣó ń lọ síwájú ni àbí ó ń lọ sẹ́yìn tó bá ń lọ sẹ́yìn kí lẹ̀yin rò pé ń fà á. Hello. Ẹ káàárọ̀ orúkọ yín àti ibi tí ń pè.
Orúkọ mi ni Mr. Akínọlá láti Àbòrú.
Mr. Akínọlá kí lẹ fẹ́ dá sí lórí nǹkan tá a sọ yìí.
Àwọn ìjọba wa ni mo fẹ́ tẹ ìjẹ́jẹ́ bá wa tẹ̀. Nítòótọ́ díẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àlejò ni. Ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tó ṣe pàtàkì ń bẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin jẹ́ ọmọ ìfàjì tẹ̀sọ ní ìtẹ́wò ọdún tí wọ́n ti wà nílé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ti bímọ nù wọn. Kẹ́ni tó ti bímọ délé ẹ̀kọ́ àwùlọ́mọ ni. Ọ̀pọ̀ nísìnyí wọ́n tún lọ wọ́n tó fi kún ẹ̀yin náà wo ó fa ìfàsẹ́yìn nínú kíní wa. So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mi gan sọ wípé kàkà tọ́mọ wọn bàbí lọ yunifásitì gan kó kù bẹ́ẹ̀ kan kọ́ṣẹ́. Tó bá kọ́ṣẹ́ òun á ti máa jẹun ọmọ tó láàmú gbà tí a máa lò láyé.
ẹ ṣe àwọn ìjọba ní ká bẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣe nǹkan tí ASUU fẹ́. ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́.
wọ́n tètè bá wa kọ́ lọ fún sáìtì kí wọ́n jọ o.
ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́. ok ibi tẹ́yìn rò gbà nìyẹn pé ìjọba ní ká bẹ̀ tí. ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè mi ń gbọ́ yín o gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti pè ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. hello. hello. ẹ káàsán orúkọ yín múlẹ̀ tí ń pè wá. ẹ̀yin mélòó. tó kí ni ẹ fẹ́ dá sí. ẹ ṣe.
àwa òbí náà àwa náà fún un àwọn ìjọba náà àwọn náà fúnra ẹ̀ pọ̀ ní tó ṣe kókó ní pé àwọn òbí tá a bá ti tọ́ ọmọ wa kódà kò síbi tó bá lè lọ ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn máa wà látara o ẹ jẹ́ káwọn òbí náà bá tá àwọn ọmọ wa ká jẹ́ máa ṣe péyà ọlọ́run á gbà fún wa.
àmín ẹ ṣe wọ́n ní kí àwọn òbí ká ṣàmójútó ọmọ wa àwọn kan sọ pé ìjọba ní ká bẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tún sọ pé àwọn òbí ni tó gbogbo ẹ̀ ọlọ́run kó ṣe ní rọrùn fún wa kí gbogbo wa ká ṣe ojúṣe wa kó lè hello. Good afternoon. Yes, I can hear you. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm calling from Mitv.
Your name?
Mitv. Abdul Malik.
Abdul Malik. Okay. What's your contribution?
The problem is that the government is the one who caused the problem. All these problems now government. Because people they now have money to go to school. And some people they have money to go for school.
Okay.
But due to that, after when they graduate, there's no job, no anything at all.
Okay.
And the other people they cause. After we facing many people a lot of challenge now from government. Now it cause all these things.
Allah.
Àwọn náà ní bùkátà sí i wọ́n ṣàánú wọn kọjá àwọn olóògùn ọjọ́ káwọn mọ́ padà sílé wọn tó bá jẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n náà wà ní àwọn ilé ìwé gíga ní Nàìjíríà ni ó dá wa lójú pé gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ìwọ̀n àdìjẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó ti wọ́n pé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n sí nílé ìwé Nàìjíríà ló ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ pé kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ alájà tẹ̀là láti Kọ́lá ẹ má bínú ẹ lè sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ tán ẹ̀yin náà ti sọ tí ń pé ìjọba ni kí wọ́n bá a dá àwọn olùkọ́ lóhùn kóbi náà dẹ̀ ṣàmójútó ọmọ ẹ̀ adúpẹ́ fún yín púpọ̀ Ọlọ́run á bá a san yín ní ẹ̀san olóore gbogbo ẹni tí ò bá ráyè wọlé ẹ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ yín ránṣẹ́ you can send down your text message on that particular number that you are seeing on your screen 002-333-5285. You can also send your message on WhatsApp on that particular number, please. Yes, what we are talking about is very, very important. It's about education because if one is not educated, èèyàn lè lówó àléèyàn lè lówó ṣùgbọ́n ó máa níbi tẹ́nu ẹ̀ tọrọ mọ́ èèyàn lè lọ́lá o ṣùgbọ́n tọ́lá yẹn bá dé tán òun náà rí i pé ó níbi tóun ti lè sọ̀rọ̀ òun náà rí i pé ó ní àwọn nǹkan tóun lè ṣe àwọn lè gba àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n á máa bá báwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n á máa wò òun náà lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ̀kan pé kálíbi náà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni báyìí ò ní rí báyìí ni ò bá ṣe máa rí. ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sílé agbára. Let's have a short break. When we come back, the program continues.
من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم.
That is the bounty of Allah, which He gives to whom He wills, and Allah is the possessor of great bounty.
مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
The example of those who were entrusted with the Torah and then did not take it on is like that of a donkey who carries volumes of books. Wretched is the example of the people who deny the signs of Allah, and Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people.
قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين.
Say, O you who are Jews, if you claim that you are allies of Allah, excluding the other people, then wish for death if you should be truthful.
ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين.
But they will not wish for it ever because of what their hands have put forth, and Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers.
قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
Say, indeed, the death from which you flee, indeed, it will meet you. Then you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the witnessed, and he will inform you about what you used to do.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
O you who have believed, when the adhan is called for the prayer on the day of Jumu'ah, then proceed to the remembrance of Allah and leave trade. That is better for you if you only knew.
فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون.
And when the prayer has been concluded, disperse within the land and seek from the bounty of Allah, and remember Allah often that you may succeed.
وَإِذَا رَأَوْا تِجَارَةً أَوْ لَهْوًا انفَضُّوا إِلَيْهَا وَتَرَكُوكَ قَائِمًا قُلْ مَا عِندَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ مِّنَ اللَّهْوِ وَمِنَ التِّجَارَةِ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الرَّازِقِينَ.
But when they saw a transaction or a diversion, O Muhammad, they rushed to it and left you standing. Say, what is with Allah is better than diversion and than a transaction, and Allah is the best of providers.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sí orí ètò wa Understanding Islam náà ṣì ní ètò tí à ń ṣe lọ lọ́wọ́ kí Ọlọ́run kí ó dákun jọ̀ọ́ kó má ṣàbà tún ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè wa k'Ọlọ́run bá wa tún ṣe k'Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí àwọn òbí ká lè ṣàmójútó àwọn ọmọ wa k'Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fi ìfẹ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ k'Ọlọ́run fi sí àwọn ọmọ náà ní ẹ̀mí k'Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ bá wa rọ ìjọba lọ́kàn kí wọ́n dá àwọn olùkọ́ lóhùn k'Ọlọ́run kó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ nírọ̀rùn gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ bá wa dá sí ẹ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ yín ránṣẹ́ sórí nọ́mbà tí a sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run á fún yín ní èsì Ọlọ́run á ràn ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rí máa fàsìkò yìí sọ fún wa wípé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wa ilé kéwú wa tí ó yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àlùfáà léni kódà ẹni tó ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí náà ilé kéwú náà lòun náà lọ ilé kéwú Daaru Da'wa wal Irshad lábẹ́ àṣẹ bàbá wa almarhum Sama'ata Sheikh Mustapha Sanusi Zuglul tí ó wà ní Ìsọlọ̀. Wọ́n pè gbogbo wa síbi ayẹyẹ Hijra celebration wa eléyìí tá fẹ́ ṣe ní ọ̀la Sátidé aago 10 àárọ̀ la máa ṣe nínú ọgbà alékéwò wa ní Darudawa Irshad ní ọ̀la bàwọn bàbá wa Mudiru Darudawa Fadilatu Sheikh Ridwan Sunusi wọ́n máa wà níkàlẹ̀. Bàbá wa Khalifatu Zuglul Sheikh Ishaq Dr. Ishaq Sanusi Zuglul àwọn náà wà níkàlẹ̀. A máa pàdé àwọn àfáà ńlá méjì, àwọn náà ọmọ Darudawa ni wọ́n. Ní àkọ́kọ́ ni Sheikh Abdullahi Ọlọ́mẹrú ẹ̀ láti ìlú Ẹdẹ ní Ọ̀ṣun State, àwọn náà wọ́n máa bá àwọn ṣe wáàsí fún wa. Bákan náà ni Sheikh Muhammadu Qasim Akilapa wọ́n máa bá Akilapa, àwọn náà máa ṣe wáàsí ní Darudawa ní ọ̀la. Ọmọlẹ́kẹ́ làwọn méjèèjì náà o, ṣùgbọ́n Olúwa ti sọ wọ́n di àfáà ńlá, olùmọ̀ṣàṣọ gbogbo náà di àfáà ńlá ọlá ànábì wa Muhammad. Gbogbo wa náà ká pàdé ní Darudawa ní ọ̀la láago 10 àárọ̀. Gbogbo èèyàn lápè o, gbogbo èèyàn lápè. Ẹ wá bá wa ṣe àtúntì àdúrà pàtàkì fún bàbá wa olùdásílẹ̀ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àfáà wa tí wọ́n sọ gbogbo wa di èèyàn, tí wọ́n sọ wá di èèyàn pàtàkì láwùjọ. Gbogbo tí ayé bá ń pè wá lénìí, bàbá yìí lóore wa ló tọ́ wa, wọ́n fi ìmọ̀lé wa lẹ́nu. Bàbá wa al-marhum Sheikh Mustapha Zuglul Sunusi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu Darudawa madrasati ya tahiyati wa fil laili wa fil bukra tó sì gbéga ní bí ẹ̀ka. Gbogbo àwọn asátìsà gbòyìn pátá là ń kí Ọlọ́run kí wọ́n ṣàṣọwájú ọ̀la lọ ọ̀la ànábì wa Muhammad. A kí àwọn lájínà tí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ lọ́sàn-án lóru látòrí Sheikh al-Ustaz Sheikh Amr Salahuddin dórí Professor Lukman